Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to a brand new day and welcome to the end of the week. Our favorite work day of the week is today, at least mine is. I'm Kelsey Marier, your host and producer from Morning Pulse, which I do every weekday morning for you, digital local headlines in a quick format. So we keep this conversational, we keep this hyper local, and we try to keep this quick. So thanks for being here wherever you're watching, whether that's on your phone, your computer, your laptop. You could be watching us on our live stream on KTTC.com or maybe our KTTC YouTube channel. We appreciate you joining us here. And today I have 3 local stories to bring you today. A couple in Minnesota and then another in Iowa. So we're going to get started in Austin this morning for our Friday. So we are talking about a hit and run that took place in Austin. A man and his dog are recovering after this accident. What's happening right now is police are searching for the vehicle involved in this hit and run. So it all happened along East Oakland Avenue just before 1 o'clock Thursday morning. Again, this was in Austin. According to the police department there, a 65-year-old man was actually hit by a vehicle, and officers say that car then left the scene after the crash or after the collision there. So we have learned that the victim was taken to the hospital. He apparently had 2 dogs with him. One of those, we have learned, was taken to an area vet as well. The extent of injuries for the man and for the dog are unclear at this time, but that is what we know right now about this hit and run incident that took place in Austin. Search for that suspect and the vehicle involved is currently happening. That's what authorities are looking for right now. Second story that we have for you on this Friday morning is talking about a Winona man who has now been charged in a La Crosse County murder, and he's pleading not guilty. So that is an update we have this morning. He is due back in court next month, so that is what is happening next. So online court records show that his not guilty plea was entered on behalf of 38-year-old Jacob Claver, who is on your screen. He is from Winona, but this crime took place in Wisconsin back on June 29th. That's when police kind of ended up finding a man who was dead inside of a home in the town of Holmen, Wisconsin. So according to that criminal complaint, the victim and then one other person had actually been living at this home. One of those people was familiar with Jacob Claver, the suspect in this case. So autopsy results have shown that the victim's cause of death was strangulation and blunt force trauma. Claver was arrested on July 2nd, so a few days after the body was found in the home. He was charged with first-degree intentional homicide. So again, a not guilty plea has been entered on his behalf. You can see his photo on your screen here. He's 38 years old, from Winona, but this crime took place in western Wisconsin. So what is happening next? He is standing before a judge again on September 5th. So that is something, this is a case that will continue to follow as we have already been following. Our third story on our Finally Friday here is taking us to Iowa, kind of a serious story here for the state of Iowa. Health officials there are kind of putting out a warning after the first case of West Nile virus was confirmed in the Hawkeye State for the year for 2025. So according to the Iowa Department of Health and Human Services, this case was found in a middle-aged adult from northern Iowa. Now, we don't exactly know where in northern Iowa this middle-aged adult was from, but we do know that it was in the northern part of the state, so that could potentially impact our area. So the agency says last year, actually, there were 21 Iowans who were diagnosed with West Nile virus. One of those was also a death from the virus. So experts are now sending out this warning, and they want to make sure that people know what's going on and what to look out for with this virus. So spending more time outside, of course, is going to increase the risk of getting bit by a potentially infected mosquito. What happens if you get infected with West Nile virus, or if you get bit by a mosquito that's infected with one? Well, you could potentially experience some minor symptoms Other people, though, could also develop serious symptoms. That could be a high fever, a strong headache, disorientation, muscle weakness, all the things to look out for symptom-wise. So officials recommend using insect repellent that has DEET in it, along with a couple other ingredients, but also removing any standing water from around your home, because we know that that is breeding ground for mosquitoes. Any kind of just swampy weather as well, or areas, standing water, those kinds of things, that's where mosquitoes like to reproduce, and we don't need any of that happening, especially with West Nile virus now kind of at the forefront here for mosquitoes and in the state of Iowa. So that is something we wanted to make sure our Iowa viewers knew about today, or anyone that's watching that maybe has family or friends in Iowa. It's something that they should know about. So those are the 3 stories that we have for you today, and I hope that you found this helpful and are good to go on your local news, at least for now. If you want to get more local news headlines in a quick format just like this, maybe a little bit later for your day, you don't have time to maybe watch a whole entire newscast on your TV or anything like that, we have Evening Beat, which is the exact same thing as Morning Pulse, but it's with our Olivia Pronzinski, who is one of our evening anchor reporters, and she puts on this same type of formatted digital newscast in a quick way in the evening. So any of the news that's developing over the day today, she is going to be covering for you in the evening right here on a digital platform. So hopefully you'll tune into that. That is every weeknight. I'm not used to saying weeknight. Every weeknight at 7:30 in the evening. So you can always look out for that. Otherwise, today in the weather department, before we go, we are going to be seeing a little bit more heat and humidity today, and potentially there could be some strong to severe storms later today. So meteorologist Ted Schmidt was saying anytime between 4 and 9 p.m. tonight, or maybe even into the overnight hours, we could be seeing the potential for hail, some strong rain, things like that. So we're keeping an eye on the potential for severe weather for later, so make sure you take that into account when making your plans for today. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday. I know it's only 8:30, but we have a whole day ahead of us here, and I hope it's a wonderful one for you. My day is almost done, work day at least, and I will see you right back here on Monday for another edition of Morning Pulse. Bye now.